Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. So today I wanted to touch on this thing right here. I don't even know how to start it, but this is called a tincture, and I received this from my naturopath doctor that I saw when I first moved here to Washington State. As far as fibro goes, okay, for me, I wanted to approach this as natural as possible for many reasons. One being that medication that they normally give patients with fibromyalgia doesn't usually work. It doesn't work well. It doesn't work. I hear so many bad things and bad stories. Even when I was diagnosed, the doctor that gave me my diagnosis even said that he highly recommends I, figure it out either naturally or just not taking the medication, because he said point blank period. And he was an older gentleman. He said, honestly, the medications really don't work. And I was not about to take medication regardless. And I said, Doc, look, I'm not trying to do medication. So I'm here to get my diagnosis, and then I'm going to move on with my life, because I just wanted to know that I wasn't crazy, because I was having these symptoms and they were unexplainable. Anyway, what we're here for. So tinctures. Okay. So a tincture can be made from any kind of plant material. So it can be a leaf, it can be seeds, it can be roots, it can be a combination of all three, flowers, things like that. They take the materials, sometimes they're dried, sometimes they're not dried, and they soak it in a solvent. So I've seen vodka, I've seen vinegar, I've seen water, I've seen vegetable glycerin, I've seen many ways that they soak this plant matter in a solvent. And what the solvent does is it extracts all the healing properties, all the good stuff, all of the natural, just goodness. It extracts it in a way that it not only concentrates it, but it makes it bioavailable for your body. And normally they're soaked, depending on the tincture, 6 weeks, 4 weeks, 2 months. It just really depends on the recipe. It can be soaked for a longer amount of time, a shorter amount of time. Typically the longer the better, because it gets more of the good stuff out of the plant matter. So I saw my naturopath doctor, and based on my symptoms, he came up with a regimen, and he said, here's your tincture. It is made up of these things. He told me what they're all good for. So mine has ginkgo, it has golden seal, I might mess up this word, Rehmannia, Rehmannia, I believe when I looked that one up, that's like a Chinese medicinal root that is hard to find, because I was going to try and make my own tincture and it was hard to find. And then echinacea, ginger, and hawthorn. And so for me and my symptoms, right, because it's based on the symptoms that are the most bothersome for you. Okay, so this tincture might not necessarily help you with your fibro, because mine is targeted for the issues that I suffer with and was bothering me the most, really. So the pain, of course, was number 1. 2 was my bowel issues. 3, energy, because I have chronic fatigue syndrome. And then getting sick a lot. So I guess that would be the echinacea. I kind of know that one. But the first time I received this from my naturopath doctor, I started taking it. So it's 4 droppers full twice a day. So 4 in the morning, 4 in the evening. And within 3 days, I'm not joking, within 3 days, I had no pain. 3 days. And it's funny, because it's not funny, but it's crazy. At the 3rd day, I was like, oh my gosh, I don't have pain. My husband's like, that's good, babe. So let's see tomorrow, and see the next day, and see the next day, and see the next day. I didn't have pain. From the 3rd day on, I didn't have pain. And I took this tincture maybe about 6 to 8 months out of the year. And then I told my naturopath, I said, I'm not having pain, so do I need to still take it? Like, how does that work? If I stop taking it, will it come back? And he said, no, you should be okay. Like, his goal, he told me straight up, he said, my goal is to heal you naturally, of course. And I think what he did essentially was put my fibro into remission, because I didn't have pain. I stopped taking my tincture and I didn't have pain for, I want to say, over a year. Like, it felt like almost 2 years, but it was probably more like a year and a half that I didn't have any pain. And then it slowly started creeping back in, and slowly and slowly and slowly. And as of recently, I was finally getting irritated and just annoyed with being in pain all the time. Mind you, this is not my only technique to keep my fibro under control or at bay. I do a lot of things. I take pre and probiotics. I take multivitamins. I do mushroom coffee instead of regular coffee. I drink a lot of water every day. I don't do soda. I try to stay away from sugar in general. I still get sugar. I still eat sugar, but I try to stay away from it as much as possible. Like, if I know I had enough sugar for the day, I'm done. I don't want too much sugar. I try to stay away from dyes. I try to stay away from preservatives. I try to stay away from thickeners. I try to stay away from anything that is placed in food to make it pretty or to make it last longer, or just those words that you have a hard time reading. I honestly try to stay away from them as much as possible. It's not worth it. I eat it or drink it, and then I feel like crap after, and it's just not worth it. So I try to stay away. And the reason I say try to stay away is because I'm human, right? Sometimes I fall down, but I get back up. So I'll have, here and there, once in a while, sparingly, I'll have those things. But my goal really is to stay away from it as much as possible, because it doesn't make me feel good. And then it's really at that point, I'm like, so not worth it. Like, why did you do that? The ding dong. So yeah, like, the tincture, like I said, is not my only way of keeping my fibro at bay. There's a lot. I have a massage gun. I do stretching. I just started working out, which I feel so good about. I'm so proud of myself. But this was to me, this was one of the biggest parts of helping me heal internally as well as externally, and resetting my body. It literally put my body into remission. So I want to share this with you guys, because if it helped me, there's a possibility it can help you. There's no guarantee, right? Because everybody's bodies are different, but it possibly can. So I feel like sharing. Why not? So here I am again. I think it's like, I don't know, 2 years since I've taken about 2 years since I took a tincture or had a tincture. I don't even know how to word it. Since I had a tincture and I took it. It's been a while. But like I said, that year and a half, I didn't really have pain. And then half a year later, here I am. And I'm like, I give up. I don't want to deal with this pain anymore. And I want to go to the gym. And I don't want to come out of the gym feeling like a bus ran me over for a week or 2 weeks. So tinctures here again. I will give you guys updates as I've been taking it. This is day 2. Yeah, this is day 2 that I've been taking it. After 24 hours, my pain went from like a 3 to a 1. And then we had Taco Bell last night. We were running late, we were exhausted, and we were just like, there's nothing to eat at home. It was late at night, we had work today. So I was like, I guess we're gonna eat fast food. And so I woke up today feeling junky. And then because of hormonal changes in my body, if you know what I mean, that was what was making my symptoms worse too. So I noticed, like, right around my period, because of the hormone changes, I noticed my pain I get achy. So I kind of know when it's coming. So I don't know, as of today, like I said, 2 days later from when I first started to take this tincture again, the pain came back, and then, the thing happened, and then I started to feel better. But I'm going to take it twice a day, 4 droppers full, twice a day. I will try to keep you guys updated as much as I can. I've also started, like I said, working out. So I'm going to start, I guess I'm going to start a series on that too, and take you guys along with me on, you know, going to the gym and exercising and trying to strengthen my body, because I read that we lose a great amount of muscle mass every year as we get older. And then especially if you're not taking like protein and you're not exercising, you're losing even more. And I'm like, look, yo, I'm in my 30s still, and I'm not trying to look 60 when I'm 40. Not at all. So I was like, I need to go to the gym. I need to get my tincture again. I need to reset my body, and I want to start feeling good again. So here's to taking my tincture again, and wish me luck. Don't forget to look for the next video, because like I said, I'm going to give you guys updates as far as my tinctures go. So come along on my journey. And if you're ever curious, you know, call a naturopath, go and meet with one. Normally they do free like first time appointments, and they'll sit you down and explain a little bit of what they do and things that they use in their practice, because it's not Western medicine. It's not like regular doctor's office that you're used to. It's totally different, and I prefer it actually. Check it out. Go talk to them. Walk into a clinic and go and talk to a naturopath doctor and be like, look, doc, I have some questions. I got this ailments that I'm suffering from, and how can you help me? And they'll give you information. They'll tell you like, well, we use these techniques, and I would need to sit down with you, and then we have a thorough, you know, you give me all your background and all your information about your life and how you got here and so on and so forth. Every doctor's different. Every naturopath is different. You want to make sure your medical covers it too. So when we moved up here, I made sure, because I knew that a naturopath is what I wanted, I made sure the medical I selected when we moved here covered a naturopath doctor, which means I don't pay a crazy amount to see the doctor. It's covered by my medical. I pay a small copay, and then I pay for, you know, whatever he recommends. And this tincture now, this little bottle, okay, is $30. It's not cheap. And that's with or without medical, it's $30. So it's a pretty penny, but for me, I would do it all over again. I'd even do it paying fully out of pocket, because it took me out of pain, like I said. Remember, I'm not a doctor. I cannot diagnose anyone. I cannot recommend medication. Like I'm none of those things, okay? I'm just a regular old person. Okay, not old, but you know what I mean. I'm a regular mom and a wife and YouTuber, just trying to heal my body and feel better and share what has worked for me, because that might give you an idea, and who knows, it might work for you. So good luck to my fellow Fibro peeps, and keep on fighting the good fight. Don't give up. Keep your head up. There is a light at the end of the tunnel. There are ways to get through this and to manage it and to feel better. It's not the easiest road, let me tell you. It's not. But it's possible. So keep your head up and do the digging. Go read books. Go talk to people. Talk to doctors. Get a recommendation for a naturopath. Get different medical that covers the naturopath. Or go see the naturopath if you can afford it on your own. Why not? Do it. I say do it. Anyways, sending you guys gentle hugs like I normally do. And just keep your head up. It'll get better. It can get better. Okay? Stop stressing so much. I will see you guys on the next video. Ahoy ho.